What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Sunless Sea Zubmariner. My name is Splattercat. We are in jolly old London right now. Jolly old. Also, jolly old sunken. I guess we got to add new adjectives now. We do have a whole bunch of port reports to submit, so I'll probably submit those now rather than fiddle with them later. We can submit that as a fact. He's still going to give us fuel, but we don't get any money, so it is what it is. Let's drop a bunch of these in here so that we can get ourselves fuel, because I don't feel like paying for it. I know it sounds entitled, but you know, I've been sailing all over the world, giving you lots of spy stuff, doing all kinds of gangster shit, running around, getting my crew. I've lost crew getting knifed for some of this stuff, okay? I feel like at a certain point, I deserve to be rewarded, you know? Just like, give me some free fuel so I don't have to buy it from you. The people can subsidize my existence because I'm supplying the Empire with valuable intelligence. I think I needed to ask him for my next port report as well. Oh, he wants me to go to Palmerston. That's good because I wanted to go to Palmerston too. So that lines up perfectly. We needed to pick up Devil Bone dice from Mount Palmerston so that we could get ourselves locked in and work on the Irrepressible Cannoneer's quest, as far as I know. I can turn in my shipment of red honey. Oh, that's right. I needed to take it to her, I think. That's what it was. The delivery from Isery. The scholar drags his or her tongue over each of the vials. Fresh, quite piquant. Look at the color. Oh, yes, perfect. That or we can say we lost it and we can get ourselves into trouble. But I'm trying to get Isery on my side, so let's just do what we're supposed to do here. She hands you an untidy bundle of notes written on what you hope is paper. You almost certainly imagining how the notes seem to shiver in your grip. Isery will be pleased, at least. So we've got Scholar's notes now, and then we've lost our red honey. I don't know when we'll be going back to the Isle of Cats. Presumably not anytime soon. Like, we may go there at some point, but I don't see it happening right now. For the Alarming Scholar, I have outlandish artifacts. I also have a, let's see here, a live specimen. I just want to get my antiquarian moved on up because I know that it's a little bit low at the moment. Extraordinary implications I have several of, so we could probably get rid of a couple of those just to make some cash right now. Not all of them, but I think that 2 of them would be perfectly fine. And then we have 4 change points. We need 3 more to reach level 7 with the antiquarian. We've made a little bit of money, which I think is the best part of this. Our supplies are looking a little bit low. What do I have in my hold? I've got Stygian Ivory. I've got some Scintillac. So what I'll do is we'll buy fuel up to like 24, and then we'll go up on supplies for now. As far as the Wolf Stack Exchange goes, we'll sell some of our Scintillac. We will sell our Stygian Ivory that we've picked up along the way. I don't have a ton of space for it, but I don't think it's a terrible plan just to carry around mushroom wine with me for a bit. Just like a couple cases of it, just in case. I didn't mean for that to be punny. Like, that was not my intent. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize, Nerd Castle. It's not my fault. It just kind of happened. And then other than that, I think we're in good shape. We can go to our lodgings if you want. We can visit our study if we desire to do so. And inside of our study, there's a bunch of new mechanics that we can play around with. Oh, we can create a shrine to stone if we wanted to. It will increase our hearts by 7. And so apparently it's an auxiliary item that we can add to our ship. We can make an anatomical cabinet. If we had the lamentable relics, we can make a serene aquarium. Basically, there's one of these for every single one of these stats. I would probably do the one that allows us to make our pages higher, because pages is by far one of our weakest stats. Veils would not be a bad call either, but I got rid of all the things that allow me to do that, as well as I can make an ironclad will. And that's only going to cost me 200 echoes, so let's write a will very quickly. The lawyer peers at you like a vulture composed of crocodiles. Come now, she creaks. There's a few years in you yet, but your caution does you credit. Sign here. No, the ink is fine. This isn't the Brass Embassy. I only lost 100, though. And then once you have... Oh, we can write a Song of the Z if we want to. I'm not going to do that right now, but we can do it if we want. We can rest at our townhouse, which costs us 100 echoes, which is a pittance. I care not for 100 echoes, and I lose 15 terror, and I gain 2 restful nights instead of 1. That all taken care of. Let's head on out, and it's time for us to head north. We don't want to get rid of the flute core here because we want to get rid of the flute core up north. We want to give that to the curator because it's one of the colors that he's been looking for along the way. In addition, we want to stop by Low Barnet because we, as of yet, have not dropped off any of our stuff there. It might also be a decent idea once we get over here just to dip down and hit the Salt Lions before we head east back. Yeah, that sounds about right. Actually, that's probably what I'll do. Probably zigzag like so, then come down to here, go back like that, and that'll be our adventure this time around. I just want to make sure that I'm hitting as many objectives as possible while I'm sailing around. And the Devil Bone Dice up north. When we're coming back, we'll drop those off at Station 3. We are making progress. I know that sometimes it feels like we're not because there's a big gap in between stuff happening, but in the previous couple episodes, we've moved quests forward. Let me descend. There we go. In the previous episodes, we've moved quests forward, which is pretty awesome. We've gotten 2 of our characters leveled up, so we now have Maybe's, instead of Maybe's daughter, we have Maybe's rival. And instead of the haunted doctor, we have the determined doctor. That's pretty good stuff. The Nacreous Outcast slowly becomes something better, too, as I recall. Like, he starts to level up as you do the quest for the outcropping, whatever it is, the Sentient Scintillac. The Sentientillac. I wanted to drop off a couple more stories. So we'll trade some stories with the congregation. We'll talk about Rosegate. So there it is. We will also talk about... Was that the only thing that I had? I thought I had Aigul as well. Maybe not. Explore the church and get our port report at the minimum. We have to have Storyteller 4. No, we've got to have victories in the storytelling contest as well. Well, poop on me. Poop on the side of my head. Poop everywhere. Away with us then. Perhaps I shall travel all the way to Venderbite underwater. That sounds pretty good to me. We'll sail this way. We'll murder any creatures we need to murder. We can flee the nightmare, which is fine. We've gained 2 terror, but we've lost our menaces, and we lost our rested night. If we can lose 1 more menace, we'll actually lose that horror altogether, and we'll be taken care of in entirety. Which is good, because adding nightmares to just, like, cruising through the black right here, it just seems unfair. Like, it's just, we're going to have to do the thing for our engineer as well, where we get the thing of Dream Snakes again, too, because we got to take that up to Venderbite as well, which is a bit of a downer. Those right there are the colors of forgetting, but they also make us lose our fragments, and we've got a lot of fragments right now, so I don't want that to happen. Panning and scanning around, not really seeing anything that looks intensely seductive for my exploratory efforts. Not interested in running out there and finding out, I guess. I can, however, kill the lights to save a little bit of fuel because we've already gone through like 5 fuel. Being underwater eats fuel quickly, and it's bad enough because our ship is already like this giant oafish leviathan that just guzzles guzzles fuel nonstop. That'd be fine if it guzzles water. We got plenty of water. We got water all around us. It can guzzle all of that it wants. What it cannot guzzle, what I will not suffer there. I may kill them for the supplies in a little bit. I don't know. Let's go to... Oh, yeah, there was the restaurant over here. And inside the shops in our hold, we do have that. Let's go to the restaurant. At the twisty tip of an odd little side street, welcoming yellow glows from the gilt-lettered windows of a restaurant, and the sign reads, "The Vengeance of Jonah." A beefy tomb colonist bustles up. A gray mustache pokes impertinently out from under his bandages. Come in, come in. We've lost terror, and now we've been introduced to the Vengeance of Jonah. We can recruit the bandaged poissonnier, who has long wished to travel. We can outfit the galley for 300 echoes. We can also offer him a strange catch. The Vengeance of Jonah is liberal in its approach to edibility. Sure. I was unlucky. The final product is edible. If you close your eyes, it's probably better pickled. We gained 5 echoes and we gained supplies and we lost our catch. That's okay. It clears out our hold. I will take him along with me. Ah, my captain. The things we will catch, that which we will consume, that which we will experience. We will discover the 7th sensation, you and I. The taste that one tastes with the heart. You there, sailor, careful with that brazing alembic. It's worth more than your wretched soul. Okay, we now have a new officer. And so you can pick between him, 6 hearts, and 3 pages. So I'll probably go with him for right now. He does something else. Oh, he gives you mirrors, that's what it is. But I would rather have the pages in all actuality. Nope, I didn't want to do that. We should assign him, and then we should speak to him. He will increase our hearts, and if we have mutter salt and a strange catch, we can dine with him. Cool. We also needed to go into the tomb colony, and we need to talk to the first curator, but we needed to get our gossip first. First curator, I have a flute core. Yes, end it. I will find my own ending. At its direction, you place the core in a bath of frothing acid. It dissolves slowly. Irigo vapors ascend, and you snake into your mouth, eyes, and your heart. For a long minute, you forget where you are and who you are. When you return to yourself, no trace of the fluke remains. Thank you, the curator whispers. Perhaps you have saved me from the sanatorium, and perhaps the emergence will be less painful. The chest pulses feebly. You accept a huge black pearl. The curator's fancies grow worse, but it pays well. We're no longer looking for the color Irigo. We have the captivating treasures on board. We'll depart for now. I think you get one of them. The absence of color comes from the Neath Bow, which I think is a quest you do somewhere. I've actually never found that quest, so I guess I'll have to track that down at some point during this playthrough. Fire the torpedoes? Or, you know, we can just fire on them normally. I'm going to put them straight into the pot because there's no sense wasting our supplies, especially since we're going to Mount Palmerston, where they will make good use of them. And so there it is. Gather up the corpses. We gain terror, but at the same time, we also gain a supply. So we saved ourselves like 20-ish echoes right there, if you were willing to count. I saw a thing on Reddit the other day that was super dope. A guy made a penny floor. He took like $150 worth of pennies, and then he coated his floor with them in a different pattern or whatever. We can fight a Lifeberg, sure. He coated the floor with them in different patterns and whatnot, and then he went on to lacquer over the top of it so it had kind of like a bowling alley floor effect. Pretty cool stuff. It was pretty dope. I was down with it. I could see that being in my house. I liked it a lot. When the light caught it, it was just right. Insert picture of Pacha. Eh, Pacha? You don't want to fight me, and I don't want to fight you. I just want to take your stuff. Sometimes you can get a captivating treasure from these. Something to think about while you're out and about adventuring. I don't know if you knew that, but occasionally you get captivating treasures. Sometimes you just get the stupid skulls and it doesn't matter, but sometimes you get that good-ish. It's big. There must be something edible or combustible in there somewhere. Focus on treasures. We now have a hunting trophy and 2 outlandish artifacts. Fragments gleam like obsidian in the depths of the ice. Their glassy blackness recalls Mount Nomad, the predatory terrain feature, which haunts the blackness avoids approach. What is the connection? If I see another one, I'll kill that one too. I used to farm Lifebergs. That used to be one of the big ways that I earned money when I would play the game back in the day when it first came out. I used to sit there and I would just farm them. I'd get double flincing attacks, and I would just farm them for like an hour and a half until you had like 25 outlandish artifacts on board, loads of lamentable relics, several remarkable treasures or whatever. You would have that good shit on board, and then you'd head back to London, make like 6,000 echoes, and be up out of here. Let's see here. We can go to Wither. I would suggest that we gather intelligence first. Once we've done that, we'll explore the town and see what happens. We can get troglodyte prawns. We can eat human. We can also try something mysterious with our heart's quality. We can also do shredded jellyfish. Let's do that. I failed. I gained terror, but I lost hunger. You'll regret that later. The jellyfish venom numbs your tongue and roils your stomach. Well, fine then. Oh, we can buy motor salt for 5 Z stories. Too bad that's really, really expensive. But I need it for one of my quests, so I'll do it. And there's no guarantee when we'll see motor salt again. Z stories are hard to come by, though. Now we'll go out to Codex. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I accidentally hit the F key when I was trying to hit the E key. Ooh, hopefully it doesn't blow up. It looks like we made it. That would have been really unfortunate, though. I definitely didn't mean to hit the F key. I was hitting the E key to take us out of combat. And I kind of slid my finger across the F on accident. Get a doomed monster hunter for a searing enigma. We will absolutely not be doing that here. I will refuel when we get to Palmerston. I think that's the better place to do it. We'll go to the Ragged Crow for now. I have not delivered his letter because I keep forgetting to bring mushroom wine with me. But this time around, we should be able to stop off in Nook because I have the mushroom wine. I'll also try to stop in Scrimshander if I can. I'll leave a monstrous trophy there. I think that's the best way to do it. We will travel underwater to the Undercrow. That sounds good to me. Maybe we'll pick up some extra supplies along the way. Okay, so we dropped right inside of a little maelstrom right there. I'm alright with that. It doesn't bother me that much. I think we can actually run into that because our light is not passing through it. Bit of a worrying feeling. That looming black coming up on you, you're worried about you're about to have like a Titanic moment, you know? Like, no, Celine Dion, no, you put that mic down. Put it down right now, Celine Dion. Put it down. Now is not the time. Someday when I die horribly, you can do your thing and be like, but not now. Not now, indeed. The Z's bounty sustains us, and we pick up another supply. Fuel is, however, looking a little bit unsatisfactory. Hopefully we make it to Palmerston. The Undercrow. For a dead man's toast, I can give up a... Oh, cool. And it's when something awaits me. Get my port report. Yeah, let's see what happens. To immortality. Bony fingers clutch the cup with effort. To immortality and those who died in its pursuit. Something twists deep in the man's stomach. He coughs up a curiously sculpted stone. That includes us, grub. And so we've got an outlandish artifact. Hooray! I think we've already done that, so it doesn't matter. Now then, we've got our Undercrow information. We need to go down to the Salt Lions if we really wanted to make this effective. I think we can get free fuel, though, if we go up to the frozen whatever first. I always forget the name of it. Frostfall or whatever it is. If we go up there first, we've got a better chance of getting some freebies, and then we can cut back down towards the Salt Lions for the quest that we've been assigned by our rubbery friend who's sitting around, I assume, tentacling things, grasping things. You know, that's how octopi identify their human handlers. They actually, like, they'll wrap their tentacles around your face and they'll look at you and they'll study you. Octopus are actually really, really intelligent, which makes it kind of sad that they only live for like 2 years. It makes me feel sad because I like octopuses. That and they die when they breed. That kind of sucks. Like, when they give birth, they almost always die. Because, like, they got to feed the little baby octopuses or whatever. And so, like, they just go down and they die and that's it. And they spawn a bunch of baby octopuses. Like, man, sex is dangerous in nature. We take that shit for granted. That we just, like, do that. We're like, whee! And we just get away with it. Like, there's no death involved. I mean, there was back in, like, 50, 60 years ago, but maybe 70, 80. Still, infant mortality is kind of high in the United States. It's actually surprisingly high. I don't like to talk about that, though. They try to keep that on the D-low. Keep it on the D-low! I will take tea with the squatters on the dock. And they will give me fuel, and they will give me supplies, and then they will give me a port report, and then there will be no shops, and then we will head down to the Salt Lions. That's how I tell stories. And then we walked up the hill, and then the lion was there, and then... You gotta tell stories like Kevin from The Office. Oh, I see a victim. Bum bum. Oh, that's an Alkeus class Corvette. That'll take too many resources. I don't feel like fighting him. I'll be spinning around the ass end of that critter forever. And then from here, we go east. We hit Scrimshander. I say we hit Godfall. We hit Antha. We hit Palmerston, Irem, Empire, Polythreme. We cut hard south from there. Nuncio to Nook to Visage. We'll get Cause Shadow over there too. To Port Cecil, to Station 3, to Abbey Rock, and then back into London. I think is the best way that we're going to do this. The most efficient way that we're going to do it anyways. That still allows us to develop our low Barnett reputation at the same time. Continue to accomplish things for all the various characters who are a part of our little band here. We got so many quests going on at the moment that we need to start resolving some of them. Alright. We will say Schalflions. You brought the Nacreous Outcast here. Wish it luck. It knows why. Let me get my port report first. Schalflions. It insists ghastly. It gestures at the face of the Northern Sphinx that brandishes the cruet. He salts attention to continue. You can gain it in Wither, among other places. Oh, that's weird that it let me go ahead and do it even though I didn't have salt's attention. Alright. Normally, I think it would gray that out if you didn't have salt's attention. And then we'd just be about our business, because it's not really that big of a deal. Go east to the Sea of Lilies. We'll go up to Scrimshander. And that will more than likely be where we call it a day. Everybody look at it and assign it a name. I was unlucky. Shit. Doop 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 boop 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 boop. That's my sailing song. Beep boop boop boop. You gotta make it sound at least a little bit colonial. Like the beginning just sounded like a goofy song, and then at the end I gave it kind of a little bit of like a colonial bent to it. You gotta give it kind of that Grenadiers marching tune sound, otherwise it just doesn't stick properly. Oh, apparently there's things over here that I haven't discovered, and now we have secrets. I don't suppose he increases my hearts. With my other officers, what do they increase? He will increase my hearts as well. Everything increases hearts in this game. Okay. I think she's also hearts or irons or something. He's mirrors, as I recall. Which is definitely the next thing. Well, no, actually, we don't need mirrors. We need veils. I don't have anybody that increases veils, I don't think. What does she increase? Oh, no, she does veils. Okay. Let's go ahead and just shore that up right there. How about that? And so we now have decent veils. Our veils is better than it was before. If you don't know, veils is the skill that allows you to hide. It's essentially the skill of subterfuge, hiding, and sleight of hand. Mirrors is your ability to detect things, so everything perception-based. Pages is your ability to interpret information, so it's kind of like wisdom meets intelligence. Hearts is your courage, so it's kind of like charisma meets wisdom, if you're going by D&D rules. And then irons is like strength and constitution. Pulling into Nut-Mid. There it is. We'll get a port report. Harbor provisioners. That seems a little short-sighted right now. I don't think I'm going to risk it. Instead, we're going to try and grow into Scrimshander right now. And then once we've made port, we'll stop this episode off. We'll handle our business there. We'll go up to Palmerston, get the 3 Devil Bone dice, swing downwards to Nook, deliver the letter, and just continue working on bullshit. Does she have a new quest when romance? Oh, I can proposition her. But I need 80 veils to do that. I don't know. She doesn't seem to be my type. That's just like the politest way I would put it. I'm like, eh. I suppose I would follow the if it's there rule. Just be like, well, I mean, if it's freely available and it's not going to cost me a bunch of drama, time, or money, sure, why not? I accept the price and I dock. We'll search for the philanthropist's husband, which I think is why we were here. He's not here, but a Chelonet Bonescribe recalls him. Lighton did not stay long. He went into the tunnels and emerged shortly thereafter, weeping. When he departed, he found passage to Low Barnet, just a stone's throw from London. Oh, so were we successful? Oh, we found him. Good. Okay, so we'll go to Low Barnet then, and that'll solve that. I can assist a chronicler. I would say we should do that, but I failed. But I did gain time in the archives from it. I'm trying to stack up at least 10 or 15 of the archives. And then we will leave Scrimshander, because we've basically done the things we needed to do. We'll leave behind us fighting a monster, and that's that. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here for another episode of Zubmariner. I will see you all in future episodes. Thank you for stopping in. Hi-do, and I will see you when next we commence. Bye, everybody.